in sequin dress and all this, and this little moon man just for it to sit in my fucking suitcase.
You bought the VMA?
No, I just bought a cheap little like astronaut thing. I accidentally bought like 12 of them because it was like $20 and I thought I was just gonna get one, but I got like 20 of them. And it's just a little astronaut trophy.
Oh, okay. So with that nice little transition that had nothing to do with this, welcome to the 9th Merge Tribal of Distortion Survivor Worlds. And we are here with Lake, Wesley, Mikey, and Karen. We are going to start off with Mikey. Now, Mikey, you have won this round, individual immunity. You had to hold the piece of paper over your head. First off, how are your arms feeling?
I do have to say, I did nothing the rest of last night except lie down. I didn't have the strength to do anything else.
Okay, well then I guess follow-up question to that is like, obviously you're at Final 5 with the immunity necklace around your neck. How are you feeling going into this tribal? And, you know, this isn't your first individual immunity win. Do you think this will affect the way that you play specifically going into the next few rounds?
I mean, I think after my first one, I had to be careful of how I was being perceived. So yes, but you know, since I've won as many as I have, I've had this target on my back for a long time. I kind of understand what that comes with, and so I'm trying to adapt my game as best as possible. But you know, every tribal gets harder. There's less people to vote for every time. And so you really have to make harder and harder decisions every week.
Okay. Wesley, question for you is, do you, kind of going off what Mikey said, do you think the jury cares about competitions? Do you think that, like, what do you think the jury is looking for when it comes to a winner of this season? Are they looking at comps? Are they looking at sociability? Are they looking at strategy? All of the above? What do you think they're looking for?
Well, I think it depends on the individual juror. All the jurors are strictly individuals with their own motives and interests of who they're rooting for and stuff like that. But I think ultimately it comes down to who played the most flashily strategic game is probably what they're going to mostly look for. Because that's kind of what we conditioned to look for in orgs and also in Survivor.
Lake.
Also, who's the person they fundamentally respect the most is kind of the big thing.
Okay, Lake, how are you voting tonight? Are you voting based on your own game, based on other people's games? Are you voting just, what are you voting? What is your vote based on tonight?
I think every vote I voted is based on my own game, but it's also based on just the general happiness of well, not happiness, but general understanding of what gets me to the next round and what gets me after that. We're all fighting to get into 3, so we have to make the best moves to get there, and I'll be voting off the best way to get there.
Okay, Karen, do you think that when it comes to, I had a question, I just like started saying it and then it blinked from my head. So I'm just gonna go with my backup question, which is the question Grace always asks. If you could compare this round to a natural disaster, what would it be and why?
I'm so bad at this question.
Sorry, bestie.
Oh, good Lord. What would it be and why? Can this be an open-ended question? Does anyone have any weather thoughts? It's really nice outside here, so I don't know.
It's 112 like or something here.
Okay, let's say it's a heat wave. Sure. Oh, Lake, hand up. Yeah.
This might be a reach, but I was thinking of a natural disaster that everyone respects. So y'all are gonna have to hear me out here, right? I think everyone else here respects each other. So this is like, I know this has been used before, but it's a volcano because like we're so sad, like rip that village that's near that volcano, but it looks like volcanoes look cool, right? There's like a shit ton at Disney. I'm a Rainforest Cafe slut. And it's like, damn, but it's like salute and like we all love each other and respect. Like this is amazing. This is the best Final Five I've ever been in. So it's cool like that. I don't know. I'm gonna lower my hand now.
This is one of the only Final Fives I've ever been in.
I'm
So,
happy to-
just to ask this, like, so you just said that volcanoes are the most respected natural disasters.
He did say that. That
Because
yes.
they look cool. I don't know. Do you not like rainforest?
Do you not respect volcanoes? Wait, Seb, do you not respect volcanoes?
It's not that I don't respect volcanoes; they're volcanoes. It's a natural disaster. I didn't think
I don't
would
respect
ever,
their actions.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard someone like describe a natural disaster as being respected, but you know, there's a new thing for everything. But
I'm sorry.
with that,
Like they're terrible, but I get it.
I mean, I get
Where
it.
they're coming from.
I get where you're coming from, but anyways, with that, if anyone else has anything else they would like to say, now would be the time to say it. Okay, perfect. So with that, you guys can vote in your project chats. Bump them again. You guys are also on stream, so if you want to shout outs, now would be the time.
I'll start out with shout outs.
Yeah, we couldn't unmute fast enough. Go ahead.
Shout out Mikey's Podcast. Shout out Miss Masson Kimry, the most inactive but most amazing podcast I've ever had. Shout out Harry, my most active podcast and my podcast for every game I've ever been in. Shout out to this prod. Shout out to these great people who have given me more life within this community that I realize I've made most of my friends from. I've had such a blast. Thank you all truly. I've never met you before this game. I'm so glad I've gotten to meet you. And for everyone that I've met before this game or known of, I love you. I do anything for you, and I love you all.
How do you even give another shout out after
That's
that?
what I'm like. Well, gee, thanks. Maybe I should have done mine first, actually.
That was incredible.
Shout out Lake,
Oh,
shout
teared up.
out. You really just did that shit. I mean, I just gotta jump in with mine now, but I'm not trying to top that. Shout out to my king, the one and only Marcelo. Yeah, we all love Marcelo. Shout out to Cindy, my love, my fiance. Shout out to Vicky, my little queen, love her so much. Shout out Mikey's podcast, obligatory, must be said. Shout out to my cats as well. Shout out to nicotine patches. I don't want a cigarette more than anything right now. I'm lying, I do. Shout out anyone who needs a shout out, anyone that I forgot, anyone that Marcelo would give a shout out, you get a shout out. And shout out Prod.
To start off mine, I'm going to give an anti shout out to the restaurant that Marcelo works at because it's so expensive that I never want to go visit him, but I want to go visit him. Anyways, shout out my prod guests. You already know who it is, Jeremy and Mac, the icons. Shout out my roommates who always have to deal with me being on org calls in our living room. And got to watch me do the entire challenge last night. Shout out to my boyfriend who scratched my armpit when I needed it. Love you.
There was a lot of trust in that armpit.
I'd also like to give one more shout out to Ariel. I feel like that has to be there.
Okay, just to everyone can hear me, right?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Just a reminder, this is the last round to play any idols or advantages. So if anyone has a hidden mini idol or an advantage and they'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Hello, everybody. We already know, but we don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to make sure that the 4 looks the cutest and the best for me. I love you all, but I think this is the best move. I'm gonna be playing my idol on Karen today.
Okay, so I can confirm this is an official individual immunity idol. Any votes cast for Karen will not count. Anyone else? Okay, votes are locked. I'll read the votes. First vote. Wesley. Second vote. Lake. Third vote. Wesley. Fourth vote. The next person voted out of distortion survivor and the next member for our jury. Wesley. Wesley, if you have any final words, now would be the time to say them.
I knew this was coming. I thought my best, but just best of luck to all of you. I had a good time. I'm amazed I'm amazed I made it this far. You've been have a good time, y'all.
Wesley, it's been amazing hosting you, but of course, the tribe has spoken.
Bye. Leave.
I had a heart attack.
I really just about shit myself for you, Matt.
Me too.
I was like, oh no. Oh,
I did not like that. But thank you.
yeah. If Sean, you're watching this, if you need me to explain, I will. I mean, it's Final Four, guys. Final Four!
Final four.
Okay, guys, again, you've already said it. Well, congrats on making Final Four at Distortion Survivor World's End. This will be a semi-live challenge that'll be this round. It'll be due at 9:30 tomorrow. 9:30. I won't be available much of tonight, but if you want to get it done, it'll have to be like later tonight. But with that, again, congrats on making Final Four. And